I'm Andrea, I'm from Genova, and I'm a barista. I'm in love with my job, but much more for study the coffee, my main ingredient, from the origins. So, it's a very pleasure be here today to share with you what I discovered in my last coffee origins trip. The coffee that I bring for you today is from Brazil. I know, most of people don't think to the Brazil in coffee for the quality, but for the quantity. It's in fact the biggest exporter in the world for coffee Arabica, with more than 43 million of bags of coffee exported for years. But I discovered something of very interesting. I spent some time in the Paraná region, in the south of Brazil, where we have a very unique altitude, latitude and climatic condition for growing coffee. Here we have a very cold temperature during the harvest. We can have less than 7 degrees in the night and 21-22 degrees in the day. Our harvest was in September by hand and selective picking. Another very particular thing about this coffee and the region where it grown is the altitude where this coffee grown. This coffee grown at only 600 meters above the sea level. Yes, only 600 meters, but right on the Capricornio Tropic, in the 23 parallel. So, the high latitude contain the lower altitude, and you can have a very complexity inside your cup. In particular, for the aroma of your coffee, you can find the floral aroma of coffee blossom, jasmine tea, and sugar cane. The variety of this coffee is Obata. Obata is a varietal with a very high peak of maturation here in Brazil. It's picked in the best moment for the cherries after 360 days from the flowering. This variety is a cross with another variety, Villa Sarchi, from Costa Rica, that is a natural mutation of bourbon. And this will be another reason for the very high complexity and the sweetness that you can find in your cup. What about the process of this coffee? The process of this coffee is called double fermentation, and it's an experiment from our friend from Fazenda, California. The coffee is picked, and after that, the cherries stay in cold water for 12 hours, water at 7 degrees. So, start a first wet fermentation. After that, the coffee is depulped, and the beans, without the pulp, stay for another 12 hours in a fermentation tank. After that, the coffee is wetness in African bed. I'm starting with the extraction. And I'm using 2 kettles for be sure that the temperature is constant for each extraction. After 20 seconds of blooming, I'm starting with the extraction. I've found the perfect balance between taste, acidity, and body thanks to these extraction methods, the Phoenix 17 from Netherlands. With its very thick filter paper and the 70 degrees extractor, you can appreciate the acidity because the filter can retain many oils from the coffee. And with this method, we can increase the fruity flavor that you can find in this cup. In particular, for the flavor of your coffee, you will find cinnamon, you will find a little bit of apple pie, and you will find a very particular notes of watermelon. Today for you judges, I'm using 15 grams of coffee for 220 grams of water. I've chosen this ratio after a lot of taste and experiment, because in my test, with this ratio, we can't find bitterness inside the cup and exalt a little bit the aroma per session. What about the roasting process? I roasted the coffee 3 days ago with my friend Marco and my brother Matteo. We have chosen between a lot of different roasting profile. This one, because for us, with this profile, exalt the fruity flavor and the quantity of the acidity that will be medium and citric. I've roasted the coffee for 12 minutes, where it took at the coffee 5 minutes of dryness, 5 minutes of Maillard reaction, and another 2 minutes of development time.
4 minuti Andrea.
About the body, you will find a medium body in terms of quantity, very smooth and juicy, like honey. Enjoy. The last important thing, judges, the 98% of the beverage, the water. I'm using the water from my city, where we have a very soft water in terms of mineral, and I've filtrated, of course, for eliminating the chlorine. I've filtrated the water with a BVT filter premium that increase a little bit the magnesium in the water. And you know, the magnesium can exalt the sweetness in your cup. So we use in a water with 60 ppm of mineral and a 7 of pH.
3 minuti.
3 minuti.
In my test and in my experience, like trainer, we found that if you have a very high mineral in your water, you will extract more solid in your cup. So for me, this water was very perfect for don't over extract the coffee. So in brief, you are in front of a very particular specialty Brazilian coffee that grown at only 600 meters, where you have a floral aroma of coffee blossom, jasmine tea, and sugar cane. Flavor of vanilla, cinnamon, watermelon, aftertaste of candied fruit, almond, not roasted, enjoy. Medium body, very smooth and juicy, and a medium citric acidity. So I will say thank you very much to my friend in Brazil from Fazenda California and Fazenda Esperanza, and from Capricornio Coffee. I will say thank you very much to my friend Alberto that helped me to import this coffee, to all my friends that helped me to prepare this competition. So thank you very much, judges, and this is my time.